article. Here we go. Here we go.
All right, hey now, y'all. Good day, everyone. Hopefully everybody's feeling good. Everybody's in the appropriate place. Good to see Rags and Noemi and Patty and Miguel and so on. What's up, Grosh? Good to see you. Gravy's in the house. By the way, big doings in the desert today, Tony. You got your San Francisco Giants taking on your Team USA, a little World Baseball Classic kind of tune-up game right there. So nice busy agenda today. Warriors dropped one last night at home. They had a nice lead in the game. That thing slipped away. They wound up losing 114-101. And they were in total control of the game in the first half. It was a disappointing loss. They had a 17-point lead. They blew that bad boy. Warriors off today. They will, and tomorrow, actually. No, they're off tomorrow, and then they're back. Yeah, they're going to host. They're at Houston, rather, on Thursday. Creative Tony, robe it up, dude. Robe it up. Get into your costume. Let's see. Ooh,
I had it there. Yeah, I had it there, dude, ready to rock, and I didn't get it on. So stand by, Paulie. Hold the phone.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. That's
right.
all right. Robe it up. And I hope all of you at home are robed up as well. What's up, Ray Goodman? Good to see you. Ryan Fong's in the house. Phil Dawson. What's up, y'all? Good to see you.
By the way, Paulie, this Saturday night, we spring our clocks forward, spring forward for daylight savings. I'm going to bring back the beach robe, dude. I got to bring back the beach robe because I know it's not the first day of spring, but every year when we spring our clocks forward, it feels like the beginning of spring. So that's when I celebrate the beginning of spring, Paulie. I don't know about you. I don't know about the PMP Familia, but I celebrate the start of spring, Saturday night, spring forward, and then the sun is out till like 8 o'clock. It's the freaking best.
Yeah, I'm ready for some of that, dude. I'm ready for a little more daylight in our lives. And it's finally getting nice here in the Bay, too. Beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Creative Tony, were you, by the way, don't you slip that over? Is that the Grateful Dead one? I'm trying to figure out which robe you've selected for today.
This is the original robe. This is my go-to winter robe. This is the flannel fleece, whatever you want to call it. Thick robe. That I'm at home today. They got Neil and Longbridge Pizza had some paint work done in the LBP PMP studio, so I'm at home, and I've got the original robe that I first wore on Roby Tuesday. So it's nice and warm too, but it's also pretty warm down here in San Carlos too. So I will be probably disrobing after the show.
Yeah, we'll all disrobe after the show. One by one, the entire community together, we're going to disrobe. Creative Tony, did you spend any time with that Warrior game last night? You see our guys, like, they had a firm handle on the game in the first half, second half, not so much.
Do you want me to lie or do you want me to be honest on the show?
I want you to tell me whatever's best for the show. I don't know. If the lie is better material, let's go with the lie. If the truth works, let's do that. It's totally up to you. Yeah.
Maybe it's better to lie for the show. I'm kidding, but to be honest with you, Paulie, I did not. February dubs. I know that I will watch it. I watched some lowlights or highlights or /lowlights. But I did not watch it. Again, I'm involved in this Stranger Things marathon with my kids. And so when we have moments, by the way, helping the kids out with homework lately. Jesus.
Oh, dude, like we know the answers at this point. Oh. So you throw a math equation in front of me at this point, I'm lost in space. How do you do helping the kids? Are you working on math, English? Like what subjects?
It's good. Although, man, I got to look stuff up. I got to look stuff up. I got to be honest with you, Paulie. I got it. Like, add like the fractions and adding fractions and multiplying fractions and
decimals, moving decimal points around. Sure. Yeah.
Like, what do we do? Square roots last night? Like, oh, criminy sakes, man. I didn't like that stuff when I was a kid.
I can't help you with square roots. I can't help you with fractions. And they expect you to have all that information at your disposal. Like you're the almighty father. They look up to you and say like, well, dad's going to know the answer. Hey, kids, not so much.
Right. Yeah. Totally, dude. So I'm like, hold on a second, guys. It's been a while since I've actually done that. So I mean, I'm gonna look that one up, okay? But I actually caught my kids asking Alexa for answers. They're like, what are you doing? We're not asking Alexa for answers here, okay? That's not okay. Not okay. So
Hey, by the way, I want you to get the Fly Pelicans Fly clip ready because our main man, Carlos De La Fuente in the desert, has checked in, quoting whether or not you should tell the truth or you should lie on the show. Let's not forget Tony Montana in Scarface. At one point, he says, I always tell the truth, even when I lie. Even when I lie.
Come on, Pelican.
One more time, Polly. One more time.
Pelican
Yeah.
fly. Come on, Pelican.
By the way, just some on live show production. Will you
Yes,
let
sir.
us know in the chat if that sounds like garbage or?
Oh, that sounded okay. That sounded okay.
Okay.
Tony and I realized we've been having some trouble with the soundboard lately, and what's been it's usually like on the ending sequence, or when you play a longer song like the Tekashi song, or like when you do Business Time Is Over in the Hot for Teacher. I know the sound is a little patchy. Tony and I are trying to address that. We've been talking about it. Yeah.
Roadcaster, fun.
Yeah.
But Paulie, you know what's funny? I saw Robot Centaur from the Robot Centaur Sports Desk chiming in on the chat, and he says, "You know what? I'm done with the Dubs. I'm moving on to baseball." That's what he said in the chat.
Yeah.
And
See. Okay.
And by the way, a little forward promotion too for our Bay Area Sports Collective brother Tom Tolbert, longtime colleague. He is going to be live with Steve Kerr today this afternoon, a little after 1 o'clock. So check out Tommy T right when we wrap up. Go check out Tommy.
Yeah,
T.
we should try to wrap close to 1 today so we can get over and support Tom Tolbert, his conversation with Steve Kerr. I'm not going to give up on the Dubs, but I guess this leads to like the bigger question. We wanted to do this yesterday. We just didn't have enough time. So let's do it right now. You know, Steph is still set to miss at least 4 more games. And, you know, they certainly could have used him last night. You can use Steph Curry any night. You're going to start hearing this conversation take more and more shape. I mean, have you thought about whether or not, like, how you feel about the idea of the Warriors shutting him down for the rest of the year to just let him heal up, like not do any more damage if that's possible? And I don't know. I think you're going to hear that talking point pretty soon. Should the Dubs shut down Steph for the rest of the year? What do you think about that?
I'm not accusing Steph of anything, but I'm wondering if he's just not in a rush to get back with the current situation. And Porzingis, what's going on with Porzingis, dude? Like,
I told you when we signed him. I told you. I said you were all excited about it. You're like, Carl, Porzingis is going to be. I'm like, Tony, the guy's never on the floor. That's the thing with him. He's never on the floor.
Neither was Kuminga. So it was like, I'll take something over nothing. Right?
I want to make a trade for another guy I can just sit on the bench who's not going to play. That's my biggest concern. Yeah.
You know, and I was thinking about this just before the show started. Remember Costanza? Well, you can do the same with Kuminga. And Kuminga is actually flying high with the Hawks. Dare I say a cheesy line for you all?
Shout out to Ozzy Osbourne flying high again. Go ahead.
Dude, one of my favorite Aussie tracks, by the way.
Yeah.
No doubt one of my favorite Aussie tracks. But it's only 3 games, of course. And hindsight will always be 2020. But it just makes me wonder if maybe they waited a little too long to trade Kuminga. I don't know. I mean, he was obviously unhappy. The vibe was bad here. It wasn't a fit. So the trade was a good move. But I don't know, man. The whole Kuminga thing and then getting
you're having pangs. I can tell. Well, you're having pangs of regret now about Kuminga.
Not regret, but it's like, of course, he drops 27, then he drops 17, then he drops 20 in his 3 games for the Hawks. And also, he's crashing the boards too. I think he's got 18 plus 7s and 25 boards in 3 games. So it's like, okay, he's probably playing pissed off with the chip on his shoulder and with something to prove. But we weren't getting that from him in his minutes here. Now, granted, it goes to show you how much confidence and the mental side of the game contributes too, because his head obviously wasn't in it here. He just wasn't in it, and Kerr wasn't down with it, and there was just a bad vibe. And so I'm happy for him that he is, thriving in Atlanta, but it just stinks when you look at the hindsight factor, Paulie.
Hindsight. Well, I'm not sure hindsight in what regard? What do you mean?
Well, like that he's doing well for another team, and that he didn't do well for the Warriors, and that they maybe traded him too late, and maybe they should have gotten rid of him when he was worth more, and they got rid of him maybe when he was worth the least possible. And now they've got a Porzingis with like, what does he got? Does he got like the flu? Does he have pneumonia? Does he have like COVID? Like what's going on? Like the hushed tones too, by the way. Oh, he just has an illness. How about a little more information for the people that pay your salary? the fans. Like, I don't know, man. That stuff ticks me off too, man. Sorry.
All right, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on. I'm going to back this whole thing up a couple steps, and let me go back to the beginning. Yeah. Let's get the reverse on. So, for starters, you never actually addressed whether or not you watched the game. You asked me if I should lie.
I did. I said no. I did not watch the game.
Okay.
I only watched highlights / lowlights because of Stranger Things. Probably we're deep.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Into Stranger Things. And by the way, there's a little side note about you're gonna love this about Stranger Things, Paulie.
What?
I just learned that the Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman's daughter is one of the actresses in Stranger Things. I didn't know that until a few nights ago. Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman's daughter, and then also Millie Bobby Brown, the main character in Stranger Things. 11 is her character name, or Jane. That she is married to John Bon Jovi's son, Jake Bon Jovi, dude. So it's
there's a Jake Bon Jovi walking out there somewhere. Wow. Okay.
Correct. We got to get.
Is he a singer like his old man? Does he have the hair and everything?
Don't think so, man. Okay. Don't think so. But cue up Jake's My Boy from 16 Candles, okay? Because Millie Bobby Brown and Jake Bon Jovi. So there's another JBJ in the world besides John Bon. There's Jake Bon.
Well, listen, the legacy lives on. What can I tell you? You know what I mean? Long may the Bon Jovi legacy live. All right, Tony, I'm going to go back to what you said.
Sorry, Paulie. Update. Patty from Napa saying, no, Jake doesn't sing like his father, but they make rosé wine. Rosé wine is what they do.
Beautiful. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Tony, you were talking about did the Warriors trade Kuminga too late? Like, did it all take too long? I'm gonna take you back to what Mike Dunleavy said. If you want to take this with a grain of salt, go ahead. Probably about a month ago, if you remember, when Kuminga at one point demanded a trade. He said, I demand a trade. And then Dunleavy went out there and said, that's fine. You can demand a trade, but there has to be interest and demand from the rest of the league when you do that. And he was trying to give the impression that there really wasn't any interest out there for Kuminga. Your thoughts on that?
I don't know if they're giving us the full hot order, as they said in Fast Times. I don't know if we're getting the full hot order from Dunleavy, because they're not trying to show their hand, to show their cards to the general public or to Kuminga, I guess. I don't know. It's all the chess game. All I know, Paulie, is that there was a time where Kuminga was worth more than he was when they traded him. And I just would love to know, like, get Steve Kerr down into Robert De Niro's dungeon in Meet the Parents, onto the lie detector.
Oh, okay.
And
you a pothead fucker? Yeah. The needle's jumping. He goes, be careful, the needle's jumping. Settle down. Yeah. The needle's jumping. Yeah. Dude, my needle would be all over the place. It'd be like a Richter scale. Yeah.
Totally, dude. And ask Steve Kerr, what the hell? Like, what happened between you?
What the hell?
Exactly, dude. Like, what happened between you and Kuminga? And what was there a certain thing that happened? Was it an ongoing thing? Like, what was the deal? Because Steve Kerr, again, we are fans of Kerr here. We love what he's done for the Warrior, for Dub Nation. I want
to watch him today. I do. I actually have interest in watching the Tom Tolbert, Steve Kerr conversation. Like, I want to see that today. But go ahead.
Oh, and also, there's no better version of Steve Kerr than at least in the media, of course.
Yeah.
Than with Tom Tolbert.
Yeah.
He is the most relaxed. He's the most comfortable. He's the most free flowing and transparent Steve Kerr you're ever going to get in the media is with Tom Tolbert. So check it out today at a little after 1 o'clock when Tommy, and by the way, it's so great that Tommy's back in action. Love it. Love it.
Tony, just a quick World Baseball Classic update for you. The Team USA so far has 3 hits on 8 pitches from your San Francisco Giants pitching staff. So 8 pitches, 3 hits. We're off to the races. Yeah. Here we go.
By the way, there's some other news. There's other news happening today, but I want to just on that note, Paulie, the starting lineup. Did you see the starting lineup for the USA today?
Hit it. Well, read it to me if you have it, actually.
Listen to this lineup. Short, leading off playing short, Bobby Witt Jr. Batting second, playing first, Bryce Harper. Batting third and playing right field, Aaron Judge. Batting fourth and DHing, Kyle Schwarber. Batting fifth and playing third, Alex Bregman. Catching and batting sixth is Cal Raleigh, the big dumper. Batting seventh and playing left is Roman Anthony. Batting eighth center fielder Byron Buxton, and batting ninth is the second baseman Bryce Terang, and then starting pitcher Paul Skeens. Dude, that is a filthy lineup. Filthy lineup. Not a lot of Giants in that lineup, Paulie. So,
do you have the Giants lineup at your disposal right now?
I do not. I can pull it up though if you like. If you're for your,
I'm pretty sure Logan Webb's pitching today, isn't he?
He pitched over the weekend, didn't he? So I got to double check that. But I can check in the box score just to give you the Gigantes lineup, Paulie. Oh, are they not showing that? Oh, because it's not an MLB.
Yeah, it's streaming. I think the game is streaming. That's why. Yeah, it's tough.
Oh, but it's not. Yeah, but it's not on ESPN. They're not doing the box score on ESPN. Come on, man.
I don't think so. Not yet. I think it has to wait till post game, something like that.
What the hell? Can I get another what the hell, Paulie?
Sure.
What the hell? What the hell?
Yeah.
I'll have to do a Google search for it, Paulie. But it's just that's a filthy lineup. I just wanted to just reiterate how dirty that lineup is for USA. They should do quite well in the World Baseball Classic. I'm guessing, right?
All right, we'll keep you updated as we get, especially from the PNP Sports Desk, all our great correspondents out there. But Tony, the Curry shutting down of Steph Curry, the concept, are you in favor of that?
Yeah, I apologize. I do wholeheartedly apologize, but I just got their lineup. Okay. Leading off and playing short, Willie Adames. Batting second and playing third, Matt Chapman. Batting third and catching, Patrick Bailey. Batting fourth, DH Victor Bericotto. Batting fifth in left field, Will Brennan. Batting sixth in right field, Grant McCrae. Batting seventh, playing second, Christian Koss. Batting eighth, playing first, Bryce Eldridge. And ninth in center field, Jared Oliva. And the pitcher, Adrian Hauser.
Pine Needle says the game is on ESPN. I didn't know that. I thought it was only streaming today. But okay, Pine Needle says you can pick it up on ESPN if you want to get that. Oh, Curry, Tony, shut down. Yeah. Yes, no, maybe. What do you think? I mean, the idea there would be to preserve his health and have him at full, 100% going into next year. I have to think. I don't think Steph would be on board with that personally. I think he'd probably have to twist his arm to get him to sit down for the rest of the year. What do you think about all that stuff?
I love the idea of preserving Steph for as long as humanly possible, especially with Butler out for the year and I don't know, a Porzingis that may never take the floor again for the Warriors this season. Who knows? They won't reveal his illness, which makes me think it's something COVID related.
Yeah, I think it is COVID. I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Let's be realistic. I don't think they're going to do much damage the rest of the year. You know what I mean? And I'm sure Steve Kerr might be the first one to say that, although he can't really say that because he can't give up. But if we're talking about preserving Steph for when we have a healthy Jimmy Butler, Draymond coming back, and who knows who they get in the offseason, maybe your guy LeBron James coming up and wearing the blue and gold.
Well, they could even wind up with a new coach. Let's not forget, about a month or so ago, there was a lot of talk about Steve Kerr and what the future is for Steve Kerr. Is there a future for Steve Kerr here in the Bay Area? And I still have a really tough time just envisioning Steph Curry playing for another coach in Golden State at the end of his career. It's hard for me to envision that.
I wonder if like Steve Kerr and Steph Curry have some kind of like agreement. Like when you want to shut it down, I'll shut it down, but let's not leave each other hanging. Right. Like if Steph wants to shut it down, hey coach, I'm done. I'm calling it at the end of this year. Then Steve Kerr could prepare for the same thing or vice versa. So I don't think Steve Kerr would leave Curry. You know what I mean, Paulie? I don't think you would leave him. What do you think?
I don't know, but I kind of worry about that. It would be strange. And then the big question is, who do you bring in to coach this team? Like if Steve Kerr's not going to be part of the Warriors, and I don't know that he is or isn't. I don't know. I'm just remembering what was happening about a month ago. But but could you imagine like Draymond Green and Steph playing for a different coach at this point?
No.
Yeah, I can't either.
I mean, maybe you bring LeBron James in as a player coach. That was a joke.
No, let's not, dude. Let's not do that. We don't. Yeah, then he can coach him up on the appropriate flopping techniques. You know what I mean?
Although I would love to get JJ Redick's, bring JJ Redick down to the Robert De Niro dungeon and meet the parents and strap him into the lie detector.
For what? What are you looking for?
Ask JJ what it's like to coach LeBron.
Oh,
like what that experience has been
oh,
like for him,
eh,
like because LeBron, I don't feel like LeBron is very coachable at this
I
point
don't
in his
either.
career.
I don't
You
either.
know?
I think he probably thinks he knows more than any coach in the league.
Mm-hmm.
You
And
know,
it's like, okay, then okay, well, who am I going to talk to? Maybe I'll talk to Luca then. But JJ, I feel like he took the job knowing the deal, but you can't get pissed off at anybody but yourself, JJ Redick, if you're frustrated because LeBron James is very much uncoachable at this. And again, there's nothing against his talent. LeBron's a damn good player. He's always been an amazing player, but it's the antics. We talked about this yesterday. It's the antics that just annoy me forever and ever and ever. And
yeah,
Curry
well, I'm
didn't have
with
to
you
do
on
that.
that, bro. And by the way, we forgot to do our numerology today. What is the?
Oh,
I've lost track. Where are we on the show number?
Episode 274,
Oh.
274, 274. Paulie, the same year, 1974, the year that the Stones released "It's Only Rock and Roll."
Nice.
Yeah. So, 74. I was 1 year old. So there we go, Paulie. What do you got for 74? 274, episode 274.
Well, again, we've exhausted the twos. I'm going to go right to 74 and embrace a guy. We were just talking about this guy last week. Smoking Cools in Heaven. Shout out Fred Dean.
Yeah.
My favorite 74. Although there's a bunch of them. Shout out Joe Staley. He's a 74 too. I don't want to take any names out of your mouth. Who do you got?
Well, there's Steve Wallace too with the double helmet.
Nice, bro. Yeah, big sexy, man. Steve Wallace. Yeah.
Steve Wallace, double sexy. Dave Fiore wore 74 for a while.
Yes. Dave, at a Hofstra. Shout out Dave Fiore at a Hofstra.
Is Ryan Walker for the Giants 74 right now? I don't think he is.
Yeah, I think you got confirmation. Groschel saying Ryan Walker too. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He is 74. I just looked it up. So 74, Ryan Walker. Another 74 outside of the Bay Area. I can't really think of many 74s outside the Bay Area. Can you, Paulie?
Rags has Bob Lilly, old Dallas Cowboy. Nice. Bob Lilly. How about Stevie B chiming in? By the way, I went to Hofstra my first 2 years of college. That's way the F out on Long Island, Hofstra. It's like at the end of Long Island. You got to drive all the way out there. All right, Stevie B, I think you made the right decision coming out west, by the way. I don't want you at Hofstra too long. Although Hofstra gave us, not only did it give us Dave Fiore, it also gave us one of my favorite guys in the late 90s, Lance Schulters, dude. Lance effing Schulters, number 30. He was a hard hitter, Lance Schulters.
Where are they now? Where do you think Lance Schulters is now? What do you think he's doing now? Get him back in
high school, something like that, to be a guest. A lot of, maybe something like that.
Yeah. I was gonna say that we had breaking news earlier, Paulie. Well, actually, let me finish numerology first. But
okay.
To flip-flop the numbers around, you can do 47 because we do any combination of the numbers. 47 for shooter Rod Beck.
Nice.
47 for the shimmy, Johnny Cueto.
Yeah.
We can
nice, dude. Nice. Yeah.
47 for, if you want to go back a few decades, to Joe Price, the pitcher Joe Price. If you want to do John Lynch, dude, John freaking Lynch, 47.
Yeah, Red 47. Shout out Red 47. Yeah.
I'll end with 47, Paulie. So that's but the numerology. But a couple of interesting news notes in the NFL, because as we all know, NFL is king, multi-billion-dollar industry. There is no offseason with the NFL. My son and I were watching the freaking combine over the weekend, dude. Like, what are we doing? Like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Anyways, it was kind of fun, actually. But the Trey Hendrickson is going to become an unrestricted free agent.
I would love to have him. I'd love to have him. Yeah.
And Kenneth Walker III is
going
to become an unrestricted free agent. So a couple of very interesting news notes right there about players that are they're going to be snatched up pretty quickly when they become free agents. It'll be interesting to see where they end up. I doubt either of them will be in the red and gold.
Well, I would love to have Hendrickson. I've always liked him, and he wants out of Cincinnati in the worst way. But again, he's not the only piece out there, which is good for the Niners. If they do decide to get extra pass rushers, which I kind of hope they do, I want the Niners to focus on pass rush and offensive line.
Yeah.
That's me. That's just me. I know we're going to probably need some wide receiver help too. Maybe we should ponder that while we ponder the services of Tom Stack.
Sure, we can ponder Tom Stack as long as I give Nutter and Groschel some love, with Groschel on the chat saying 27 numerology, Juan Marichal.
Yeah, Carlos said that too. Los D shouted out Marichal. Yeah.
Nice, Los D. Nice. And then also the Nutter all out there in Pacifica, Carlton Williamson, number 27, Paulie.
Carlton Williamson, that was my guy. Old school in that great Niner secondary.
Dude, you had Hicks, Lott,
Right?
Williamson, and Wright.
Yeah.
In that defensive backfield in the 80s.
And I think if at the top of my head, we can check this, or maybe Robot Centaur at the PNP Sports Desk can confirm this, but I'm pretty sure that in the 81 season, I think Hicks, Wright, and Lott all went to the Pro Bowl.
Oh, I think you're right.
In 81. Right. That's when they still actually had a game. They used to actually compete, if you can imagine that. Yeah. Hard to believe. They weren't doing tug of rope and tug of war and all that nonsense. They used to actually play a game. Yeah, and I think we had 3 of our D-backs. That was pretty impressive.
Why can't it just be like an honor? Just be honored, be on the Pro Bowl team, and you get a, I don't know, you get something, but you don't have to play a game or do any of that nonsense.
You don't like the feats of strength and punting and things like that?
I don't know. I'm just not, I'd be more, I don't know, more inclined to have them do like a talent show, right? Give me a Pro Bowl talent show where they got to do something else other than sports. They got to sing a song. They got to break dance. They got to roller skate. They got to do something other than football tug of war shenanigans to honor the Pro Bowl. I don't know.
All right, more food for thought. Again, while we talk about Tom Stack, we can ponder all of these possibilities. The future of the Pro Bowl. Tom Stack is our boy. He's one of our newest sponsors. Great to be partnered with Tom. He's a broker with Coldwell Bank Realty. We've had Tom on the show before. Very likable guy, very personable guy, a true San Francisco Bay Area product, and also a true people person. He is the guy you're going to want to get in touch with when it is time for you to buy your house, whether it's your first time buying or your third or your fourth, whatever the case may be. Tom Stack is available, and he's got a lot of guidance and knowledge and information at his disposal. I believe our very own Patty from Napa, the queen of the scene, Miss PMP herself, she has had conversations with Tom Stack since he came on board. And again, he represents Coldwell Bank Realty. He's going to treat you like a rock star when you're going through that process, because it is a process, dude, and it can be overwhelming, especially in the Bay Area. Houses get snatched up very quickly. There's a lot of competition, but you need that guide. You need that correct guy in charge and showing you the right places at the right time in the right price point. Over 20 years in the business, Tony, and he's available to take your phone calls or have the initial conversation at any time. 925-878 9964 925-878-9964. You can also email Tom. It's tom.stack@cbnorcal.com. And SI product, just like our very own creative Tony. And again, it's, listen, when you want to make this kind of connection with a real estate agent, you got to trust the people. We've talked about that with a lot of our partners and sponsors. The trust has to be there. You're entrusting this person to find the right home for you and for your family. And Tom Stack is going to be able to give you that kind of guidance, Tony. So and by the way, check out some of his positive reviews on Yelp as well. People are very, very fond of Tom Stack, and you'll see why. It's a super easy guy to talk to and super easy guy to work with, Tony.
And when we talk about that, he specializes in the La Miranda corridor, which is Lafayette, Moraga, and Orinda. And there's a ton of reviews from people in Lafayette, Moraga, and Orinda, but he also represents the greater East Bay, like Martinez, like Concord, like Pleasant Hill, like Rossmore, like Walnut Creek. And here's a review from somebody in Pleasant Hill. Where'd it go? This is a great review from Isaac in Pleasant Hill. It says, Tom does not lie. He really does treat you like a rock star. Where do I even start? I can't say enough nice things about my wife and my experience working with Tom Stack. This was our very first property purchase of any kind, and Tom came very well recommended from close friends. Tom has this incredible ability to balance his real estate prowess and, quote, get things done skills with a fun, relaxed, positive attitude. He walked us through every step of the process, answering all of our questions, connecting us with his vast network of professionals from handymen to inspectors, to mortgage brokers, etc., and providing his wealth of knowledge along the way. Tom accompanied us to open houses, helped us understand what to look for in a home, and helped all the negotiations around repair items, contingencies, and submitted our offer once we found a place we loved. The review continues on, Paulie. I mean, he says he was,
and there's more. Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, like it's a long review, but it's like this person. That's what when we mean about Tom. if these people take the time to write such a glowing review and a long review, this person must have been deeply and positively affected by Tom, right? And the whole experience. So to continue on, he says, Tom was extremely responsive the entire time and always laid things out for us in a way we understood them. He was completely in our corner and made the entire experience an enjoyable ride. When we closed, he guided us through that process and has checked in on us about repair items and suggested work to make sure we had all the info we need. Tom's marketing is very accurate because he really does make you feel like a rock star. We will 100% be working with Tom for any real estate sales or purchases we may have in the future. I can honestly say that as we started on the home buying journey, we hoped we'd find a real estate agent that we got along with. Never once did I think we'd walk away from this with someone we considered a friend. So there you go. That is from Isaac in Pleasant Hill. And that is the proof right there, man. That Tom is all about creating a relationship. It's not just a business transaction. It's a relationship. And he wants to have you as a friend and a client for life, man. So Tom Stack, man, just check him out. Tom Stack Realty from Coldwell Banker. If you have any real estate questions, even if you're not in the market, but you might know somebody else in the market, or if you're thinking about buying or selling in the near future, 925-878-9964. 925-878-9964. Or email tom.stack@cbnorcal.com.
Thank you, Tony, and thank you, Tom Stack. We appreciate you as a partner and a friend. We do have a WBC score for you now. Team USA 2, your San Francisco Giants 1. Tony, actually, I should ask you the question: where do your loyalties lie, with the Giants or with Team USA?
Are you the Giants? Yeah, I know Giants. Yeah, definitely Giants. But when the World Baseball Classic starts, I'm all in. I actually really enjoy the World Baseball Classic, and I read that Shady Shohei is going to play, but he's not allowed to pitch. So
do you remember when Ryan Vogelsong pitched for Team USA, and then he had a rough start to his season, and a lot of people were pissed off, and they were going, well, the reason he's gassed is because he was pitching, during the World Baseball Classic. Is that, you hold any water with that idea that it like taxes guys for the season?
I mean, it's a different type of performing. It's probably more intense in the World Baseball Classic. It's real competition.
I mean, yeah, they're competing,
Yeah, than it is in spring. So you have that argument, but I'm so pro World Baseball Classic that it's part of it comes with the territory, I guess. It's the risk you take, but I do enjoy it. Now, if I had a choice, do I want Logan Webb preparing for the Giants season or preparing for the World Baseball Classic?
Right.
I want him preparing for the Giants baseball season, because the World Baseball Classic is really just kind of it's like a made up thing that it's kind of like the NBA in-season tournament, right? Like, it doesn't really mean much, right? So at the end of the day, I want them preparing in the orange and black and getting ready for the 162 grind, Paulie.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm with you. I'm way more concerned with the Giants season than the World Baseball Classic. Although Loeste coming in as a support, and a lot of people love this thing. Where'd it go? Loeste was saying, did I miss it already? Yeah, here it is. World Baseball Classic game in 23 was one of the best vibes I've ever experienced at any sporting event. A lot of people say that. Like the patriotic pride really surges for, whichever countries are playing. And that's cool. That's a cool element to baseball, bringing that kind of dynamic to the table. I mean, I'm down with it, but
I am
more concerned with our regular season than with that tournament, to be honest.
I mean, it's just a smaller sample size than the 162, right? So you're going to get much more passion for the short window of game, or the short amount of games, small amount of games that they have in the World Baseball Classic. And, they're representing their country. So it's the, like you said, the playing for pride and wearing the country across their chest is probably a thrill for a lot of players. I know that, I remember Shohei playing for Japan. I was like, gosh, he was really, really into it. Now, do I still think he's shady? Yes, I do. And
so do I. He is. It's not like you think he is shady. His buddy's in a jail cell right now. Go ahead. Yeah. Right now. Yeah. As we speak freely and openly, his boy is behind bars. Yeah.
Yes. Now, baseball is no longer an Olympic sport, correct? Is that correct?
I'm not sure I can confirm that. I would have to throw it out to the P&P Sports Desk for confirmation. I'm not sure.
Pretty sure it's Oh no, baseball is set to return to the Olympic program for the 2028 Summer Games. So
Okay.
it did go away for a little bit, but it's coming back. So if it's coming back, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say I missed it when it wasn't there because the World Baseball Classic kind of took its place. But baseball in the Olympics, man. I remember like Mark McGuire.
Me
on Team
too.
USA.
I remember that too. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like bring it back, and if you use college players, fine. I don't care. Do
I don't
whatever you got to do,
Yeah.
right? But like I don't know, maybe Tony Vitello having MLB and collegiate experience is the next Olympic coach. Probably, who knows?
Oh, I like where your head's at. And by the way, while we're talking Giants, just another good opportunity to do a little housekeeping and remind everybody we will be having our opening night party on March 25th at Standard Deviant Brewing in San Francisco. For those of you who came to our Christmas party, PMP and Ain't Easy, the holiday frolic, it's the same location. There are such good people in there. Shout out Mark at Standard Deviant, super cool guy. They've told us they're happy to open their doors for the PMP Familia. So come on out. It's a Wednesday. I think the positive this year, if there is any positive to this being a night game, it is that you don't have to take the day off of work. Just go through your work day and then just meet us when you get off work because we'll all be there. I know Dom will be there with his merch stand and stuff. It's going to be a good time. So I look forward to that. As far as the rest of the World Baseball Classic, Tony, what are your hopes for Team USA? Do you expect they can thrive? Do you expect the competition's too severe? What's your kind of view of the tournament itself?
I would assume that they'll do well, but also hit a few speed bumps along the way because there's talent all over the place.
Over the place. Yeah.
That's what's great about it, though, is that everybody goes and plays for their country, and it gets spread out. I mean, that lineup I read to you for the Team USA today against the Giants is a dirty, filthy, good lineup. But then you take other, Puerto Rico, and I think that there's talent all over the place, and so I'm looking forward to the games and I'm sure that the players that play for other countries but also play in the MLB would love to take out Team USA.
Oh, no question. No question. They'd love to take out Team USA. Listen, that's just, you're going to have a target on your back when it's like Canada with hockey. You know what I mean? They always have a target on their back. It's like, let's see if we can beat Team Canada, which the USA did, by the way, men's and women's, which was so freaking awesome. Any pangs still missing your Winter Olympics? I've been able to let it go. But I did have some withdrawals the first couple of days, just to be totally honest. But they keep popping up. The hockey team was on Saturday Night Live the other night. They keep popping up with their medals in all these different places, just to remind you.
I love it, man. And yes, I've definitely turned the page. But like you, I've seen the Olympic hockey teams, men and women's. Saturday Night Live was very cool. And I don't know, ride that wave as long as you can, because especially in this time of year, man, it's tough right now. Especially if the Warriors were, if Steph was healthy, if Butler was healthy, and the Warriors were playing better basketball, it'd be a different time of year for us right now. But it's just tough sledding for the Warriors right now. So we kind of check the days off the calendar until Giants baseball begins. Paulie, I saw something online. Codify is like a data account for baseball or for sport on social media. And Codify Baseball, did their playoff chances for 2026.
Okay, lay it on me. Here we go.
Well, actually, I'll show it too, so people can get a visual on this as well.
Okay.
But the Dodgers, of course, are 90 to 100% playoff chances. So if you can see that right there, can you see that? Good. Okay. So and then Atlanta, for some reason, 80 to 90%. Although Jerks and Profar, I think, is going to get suspended for 162 games for violating the substance abuse policy for the second time, and or performance enhancing drugs, excuse me. And then Paulie, the Giants down there between 30 and 40% playoff chances for 2026. Paul, your thoughts on the Giants' chances?
I think that's got to be the goal this year. This team has to find its way back into the postseason. You have to give this fan base something to get excited about again. I mean, it's been a lot of kind of medium, 500 caliber baseball the last few years, and that has to be the team goal. I don't care how they do it. Just get in and see if they can rock the boat a little bit. Now, I don't know how realistic that is, although I think this Giant lineup has improved. I do think we're going to have a better season than last year, but I'm talking about the bats. I think the real
Mhm.
concern that I have is the arms, dude. I have concerns with the rotation and I have concerns with the bullpen. And if those two things can't hold up their own end, the Giants aren't going to the postseason. They're going to need good pitching. Do we have that, T, in your eyes? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it's iffy. It's iffy. I gotta say,
Yeah.
I think a lot of pressure is on Robbie Ray because
Hell yeah, there is.
Well,
And his tight pants. Yeah.
yeah, and his type. Yes, nice. I I don't want to jinx Logan Webb, but he is just it's become iron. He's become the Iron Man of 200 plus innings every year.
And we
So
all
you got-
assume, by the way, just to add to that, to the pressure on Logan Webb, I think everybody just assumes he
Yeah.
will go out and be dominant again. Like I'm expecting that, and I need that. I need that from Logan Webb.
By the way, born in San Carlos, California, Logan Webb, and raised in Rockland, California. I love Logan Webb, but that's why I feel like if Logan Webb does his job, which we all expect, then Robbie Ray as the number 2. Come on, man. This is your year to shine. Like, come on, you're getting a full spring. You're getting like wear the tight pants. And I love that he's a lefty snob here. But the 1-2 punch of Webb and Ray could be lethal. But that the bullpen, I still don't know
So,
who
exactly.
the definitive closer is.
Right.
Like, is it Ryan Walker? Like, is Ryan Walker?
I think it's going to be Ryan Walker, and we'll see how that goes. I guess. I'm not sure.
Yeah, the Rodriguez injury really hurts, man, because he was coming on when that happened. So
Yeah.
he'll be sorely missed, but we'll see. And then do the Giants make any moves? Not before opening day, obviously, but during the season to bolster that pitching staff. We'll see what happens. But I do agree with you offensively, man. Bader, Arise. I like that they have Eldridge in like the 8th spot today. I could see him being the 7th, 8th spot in the lineup and like doing well.
I
if he
hope that
plays
kid.
there.
I hope he can be productive this year. I really do. I
Yeah.
think a lot of Giant fans are going to be watching him very carefully. Hey, one other way to excite the fan base, Tony, would be to implement what the St. Louis Cardinals are doing with their kind of price points. Bring that to the table. I know you have all the information. I think a lot of the audience has probably heard about this, but for those of you who haven't, this is going to give you like you're going to get some pangs of jealousy a little bit when you hear this. Run through this, what the Cardinals are offering their fans this year. It's like a special like package price point. Yeah.
So, dude, they are doing $29. Okay, $29. That includes bottomless soda, hot dogs, chicken tenders, bratwurst, nachos, fries, popcorn, peanuts, chips, and ice cream. It's a ticket package that starts at $29, and you get all of that. That's the St. Louis Cardinals are doing that this year, and you sit in what's called Big Mac Land, which I think is in left field. They're not bleachers; it's like the upper deck of left field,
Okay.
or
Yep.
the middle deck of left field. But
Yeah.
still, $29 to get in the game, and you get that bottomless soda plus hot dogs, chicken tenders, bratwurst, nachos, fries, popcorn, peanuts, chips, and ice cream, dude. Like that covers the whole gamut.
Yeah.
Really, it really
Yeah.
does. Like, do you think the Giants would ever do this? I
No.
don't think the
No
Giants
way.
ever doing it.
No
And
way.
that's
The Giants,
that's-
they want to make as much as humanly possible. They would never offer any kind of $29 package. Not one that includes all that stuff. No way.
Dude. John
Oh.
Joseph says no crack. Well, you don't get any crack.
You know, you got to
And
bring
then-
your own, John. You got to bring your own. Yeah, that's up to you. Yeah.
Steve Grocer on fire. He says $29 gets you 1.5 Modelo's at Oracle Park. And he says
One and a
Pac-12.
half. Yeah, just pour a half into a cup and you guys keep the rest. Yeah, I'll give you $13 or whatever.
Dude. But hey, Giants, you might want to think looking into something like this because I don't know, man. Like the fan base is so freaking loyal, but I also think the fan base, if they go out and have another losing season,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
fan base, they are so lucky to have the Giants fan base because they are loyal. They come out to the yard regardless of the product that's on the field,
Right.
and they still come out. That's why maybe St. Louis is suffering with their attendance numbers, and they're doing this to bring people back to the park.
Right.
I'd like to see the Giants do something to this effect. And Larry Bear's dynamic pricing, dude.
Oh, yeah, I know all
pricing.
about it. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, dynamic pricing, double. double because it's like, what are you doing? Like
Yeah.
dynamic, like all it just drives me up a wall, Paulie. So
Never believe or never let it be said, Giant fans, that this team doesn't have as much money, if not more, than 85-90% of the teams in Major League Baseball. The Giants could spend, but dude, every time I hear this kind of talk, you know what? We brought in Adames, we brought in Devers. I think we're good. I like this team. Guys, they could spend a lot more if they wanted to, but they keep the wallet pretty tight to the vest over there. Yeah, and don't look for any $29 packages at Oracle Park this year, Tony, because you're probably not going to find those. And it's just not going to
How many dogs are you putting down? If you say we're in St. Louis, right? And we're doing the show in St. Louis and we're getting ready for opening day, Cardinals opening day. Yeah, let's go.
Right.
And we're going to pay $29. How many dogs you putting down? How many nachos you putting down? How many fries are you gonna
If
try
I bought
and
that package, I'd try to check each box. Give me the popcorn, give me the pretzel, give me the chips, give me the ice cream, give me the hot dog. And you said like bottomless sodas, give me a couple of Cokes. You know what I mean? Let's make sure you get to enjoy every little category. In my mind, you might as well take advantage, utilize the offer.
I like that they offer hot dogs and bratwursts.
Yeah,
they offer both. And here's the catch, Paulie, that they offer peanuts as well, dude. Because for me, opening and cracking peanuts at the yard while watching baseball and trying to keep a scorebook too. By the way, shout out Scarlet Fire Bonnie. She does the scorebook for the SI Wildcat baseball team. Keeping book, cracking peanuts, watching baseball it's just heaven to me. So the fact that they included peanuts in that offer is just a money move by the Cardinals. And I'm not a Cardinals fan, and I'm not, I can't believe I'm saying like
it's a great baseball town though. I went to that yard a few years ago. It really is a great baseball town. They live and breathe baseball in St. Louis. Their fans, they have a really high opinion of themselves too. The Cardinal fan base loves themselves. I experienced that when I was there, but a pretty friendly town overall. My experience is pretty positive there. You know who else is pretty friendly overall and you're going to get a positive experience with, Tony? Check out the segue. Carlos De La Fuente and Flex Funding, one of our main guys. He's out there on the comment line today. Say what's up to Los D, everybody. When he is not consuming baseball or reporting on baseball on the PMP show for the last 2 Tuesdays, he gave us great baseball hits. But Losty is out there handling all financial relations to real estate matters. We're talking mortgages, both residential and commercial. Think about Losty as like your one-stop shop to all things financial and refinancing. He personal loans. He handles all that stuff. And Carlos has helped out so many people in the PMP Familia, which brings me a lot of happiness. I love the fact that people have been, they've gone to Carlos. He's provided them with great results. We have a lot of happy PMP Familia out there who have enjoyed the services of Carlos. That's Los D at Flex Funding. There are different ways to get in touch with Carlos. If you've been kind of like, if you're what you call a lurker and you've been watching the show and you're like, yeah, I don't know if I want to call. Dude, if you're thinking about doing it, make the phone call and have the conversation. 925-250-4894, kind of like Tony did with Tom Stack. You can go read any number of the positive reviews online about working with Carlos. And again, all these different financial categories, mortgages, loans, HELOC loans, and he's got this great lender that he works with. He can close deals very quickly. You can also email Carlos if that's easier for you. It's Carlos at myflexnow.com. And again, sometimes, Tony, it's simple. It's not even a complicated thing. It's just like, you know what? I'm tight with money. This is going to be a rough year. I really could use some extra money in my pocket. Carlos can talk to you about different ways that he can make that happen. So I really wouldn't hesitate. If you're considering making the call, that means you probably need to make the call. So definitely get involved with Carlos and see how he can benefit you, benefit your family, benefit your business, whatever the situation may be. And again, if you're considering a HELOC loan, there's nobody better out there than Los D. Yep. That is one of his specialties, a home equity line of credit. And again, with no appraisal fees, no escrow fees, no title fees, and very fast closings, as I said. Time is always of the essence. He appreciates your time. He knows how valuable it is. And you know what else you can do is just talk amongst yourselves. PMP Familia, like ask each other questions. Like talk to Corinne, talk to people that have worked with Carlos and ask about the experience. I am going to guarantee you each and every one of them, Tony, would have a very positive review of working with Carlos De La Fuente and Flex Funding.
Man, I have a positive review of hanging out with Carlos De La Fuente.
So do I.
every time, it's like we spent a lot of time in the car driving up to the fundraiser that Dominic Peralta was involved in Marin County, and we were sitting in traffic. And dude, that could have been like an awkward ride with somebody that I'm just getting to know for not the first time, but spending an hour and a half in a car next to somebody you're like, it could be awkward. It was fantastic. We were talking about all kinds of things, man. And Los is just a great dude. That's why we believe in him, and that's why we trust him. Here's a couple of reviews online right now. This is from Sylvain. He says Carlos is an eloquent, knowledgeable mortgage professional. Reliable, sincere, direct, and to the point. That is the review from Sylvain. And then Ronnie is another review. He says, Carlos is a great guy. Working with Carlos has been a great experience, and I look forward to working with Carlos for years to come. And by the way, like you said, Paulie, he's a one-stop shop. We've talked about this before, and the proof is in the pudding, Dewey. At Don Peralta, Lauren Hoffer, Karen Bell, Pete Hoffman, Peter Cruz, Corinne Sartorio, Candlestick Kid. These are just some of the names that have worked with Carlos De La Fuente that are part of the PNP Familia. And they all, I promise you, if they went down to Robert De Niro's lie detector in the dungeon in Meet the Parents, and they would all
he'd
say,
be cool as ice, dude. Carlos,
yes.
I don't think his pulse ever rises. He's got a very steady hand, Carlos De La Fuente. So, yeah, he would pass the lie detector test. He could easily shut that thing down.
And all the people that have worked with Carlos De La Fuente would pass the lie detector test, saying that Carlos rules, and that it was a great experience. And Carlos can help a buyer purchase a home like he's doing right now with Jorge Diaz, also known as Candlestick Kid. And by the way, rates are coming down in 2026 too. So purchasing, refinancing, and HELOCs are also something he does, and personal loans too. Hashtag one-stop shop, man. And then again, call him, get to know Carlos. And again, just like Tom Stack, like we said half an hour ago with Tom Stack, it's all about creating the relationship, creating the experience that it's a win-win for both people involved. And Carlos is not going to force you to do something. He's not going to do something that isn't worthy for you. It's not a good move for you at the right time. So give Carlos a call, 925-250-4894, 925-250-4894. As Mike Damone said in Fast Times, you won't regret it.
No question. And thank you, Carlos. You're a great partner. You're a great friend. Looking forward to our next hang session. And you know what? It's a nice memory I have of you and me and Carlos hanging out together was a time that we had actually, and Humdinger 87 was there too. Shout out Leah. When we had lunch in Sausalito right on the water. You remember that? How beautiful that was? So, Losty is the man. Definitely employ his services if you're considering that. Tony, home stretch of the show. We're not going to keep you too long today. It's a pretty light day. But why don't we haven't done bookmarks in a while. So I feel like unless you have something else, I think we should delve into a couple of these bookmarks before they kind of pass their, expiration date.
Yes, but Paulie, you kind of I answered the question. I want to see, do you think they should shut down Steph?
Oh, back to
yeah.
Only if it's physically only if it's like physically required. Like if the doctor says, you know what, this guy really shouldn't be playing. Because I don't know if you saw this, but Giannis returned last night and he missed a boatload of games and he was a little rusty. And the Bucks really aren't going anywhere. So it's a comparable kind of thing. And Giannis came back, and I think part of his explanation was the fans pay money. Fans like pack these NBA arenas to see like the blue chip all-star players. Giannis is definitely one of those guys. So he's got back on the floor. So unless the doctor said, Steph, don't play, I think he will come back. I kind of expect him to. If he's healthy enough to, I think he wants to be on the floor. Steph Curry's not the kind of guy that just wants to sit there and watch his team play. I think
totally.
He wants
like
to be out there.
Steph, telling Steph that you're not allowed to play anymore. It's like you're gonna have a caged animal. Right? You're gonna be going bonkers. Say, what are you talking about? I can't play. I'm playing. If I'm healthy, I'm playing. So it's if Steph could have his way, he'll play, and then he'll play for, I don't know, as long as he possibly can. Because I don't know, 3-4 more years minimum for Steph. He's already talking about the 2028 Olympics. And so we love Steph. I know you all do too, and we're so lucky to have Steph here in the Bay Area. I think that's why we're even talking about it, because we want to preserve Steph for the long haul, and not having Butler is such a bummer.
Gut punch, man. It's a freaking gut punch. Yeah. It's
But I
just,
was really getting to really enjoy him, man.
I love
And
Butler too. I've always loved that guy. And it was a total gut punch, kind of a season ender, that kind of
Mhm.
injury. No Steph, no Butler, no dies. No dies. You know what I mean?
Dude, we should go get some coffee at Butler's spot, by the way, because you and I both being coffee enthusiasts.
What's his spot?
I forget the name of it. People probably know it. I can look it up really quick, but he's a big coffee guy, and he opened a coffee shop in Miami. I know that. Big Face, that's what it's called. Big Face is the name of the company.
Big Face Coffee. Okay.
Yes, Big Face Coffee, and I don't know where. Let me see, Big Face Coffee Bay Area. I would
Yeah,
assume.
Lily Merchant. Everybody's coming in with the big face. Yeah, I'm not sure where Big Face is located. I don't know the
Mission District. It's in the Mission, Paulie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he opened one in the Mission District. Let's see. Yeah, Mission District, 22nd and Valencia on the corner of
Ooh,
22nd.
good spot. Good spot. That's a bustling
Right.
part of the Mission. By the way, shout out to Butler getting involved in the Mission District. Most pro athletes don't hang out in the Mission. Most of those guys
Right.
hang out like in the marina or downtown. But yeah, the Mission, that's real San Francisco right there.
Dude, and how about this quote from Jimmy Butler? Quote, "I love coffee. It's a way for me to humanize myself. I get to go sit in local coffee shops and I don't have to be a Golden State Warriors player,
Nice.
even though that is absolutely amazing. I just get to be a coffee lover. Like I get to be a little more of a human." Dude, what? That's fantastic. Man.
He's a trippy
Butler.
dude. I love Butler. And hopefully, I told you he posted that message for Warrior fans about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. And it was very passionate. And he was like, guys, we ain't done. You got to trust me. I'm going to be rehabbing my A off. I'm going to be back to full strength next year. And we're going to continue on the mission at hand. So, and I look forward to that. The only thing is, it's another year older for all these guys. And at a certain point, as you know, regardless of what sport we're talking about, at a certain point, the body goes. Like the body will wear down. So I do worry about that. Like
Right.
just the wear and tear and the age that all their key guys are.
Right. Totally, dude. And get healthy next year for Butler. Bring Steph back, Draymond, and make a nice addition in the offseason, Paulie.
They
And,
have to. They have a little
yeah.
something more than your guy Porzingis, who, by the way, I
Yeah.
want to remind you were totally excited about him when they signed him. You were like,
I was excited because we weren't getting anything from Kuminga, and there was a bad vibe with Kuminga. So I'm like, if it's not going to be Kuminga, at least it's something.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that he was going to show up with long COVID or whatever the hell he's got, that they won't tell us what he's got. Like, that's the other thing too. Don't you think the fans deserve to know if a player is what the ailment is?
yeah, I do. Yeah.
Because they're paying his salary with ticket purchases and merch purchases and refreshments, you know what I'm saying, at the games. Like, I think we deserve to know. That's all. So tell us what's going on. I don't know what's going on with his illness. He's just going to miss another game due to illness. Like, I don't know, man. It trips me out that they just don't reveal fully what's going on. But I was excited at the time because I'm like, okay, that's a good ball player, and it's better than nothing, is what I was thinking. So.
Yeah, but I was trying to tell you then too that the thing with Kuminga is he's always been like on the court, off the court, long periods of time. He doesn't plays for a little bit, then he's back off the court again. Like, he's had a hard time staying healthy most of his career. But when he's healthy, like he had like a really good season with the Boston Celtics when he was out there on a regular basis, and so you can see the potential, but having him on the floor, that's the biggest challenge. You need his ass out there, and there's no guarantee he will be.
Totally. Yeah. So I mean, Paulie, get Porzingis back. Does he come back next year? We'll see. Healthy Draymond, healthy Butler, healthy Curry, and another addition to that lineup would be wonderful. And you got to think Joe Lacob wants to spend the dough, right? I see Big Alan Chico on the chat saying, how did Porzingis pass the physical? Great question.
That's a good question, actually. Yeah.
Great question. I don't know, Paulie. So, but I like you. I don't want to see Steph shut down because I love watching him play. But I could understand if they did because they want to preserve him. So, in other news, Paulie, I know that you are very excited about what I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
Is that Aaron Rodgers is about to end his 10-day darkness retreat. I thought you'd want to know that.
No, I don't care. I'd rather you never mention that again. His darkness retreat. Are you serious? Is he really doing that right now?
He did it last year. I think he did it like the last 2 years. Every year in February, he does like a darkness isolation retreat. And on February 21st,
Why don't we bolt the door and lock his ass in there next time he goes? So you want to be in a darkness retreat? Make yourself uncomfortable because we're not letting you out. Just bolt the door and keep him like locked in.
Oh, here we go.
Ugh.
How did that sound? Does that sound okay?
Yeah, it sounded fine. I think it's the longer pieces, T. I think it's when you play like the outro songs and stuff.
Gosh darn it. Really?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Well, that stinks. We'll have to work that out. But yeah, I thought you'd be excited to know that Aaron Rodgers is about to wrap up his 10-day darkness retreat.
I'm not at all. Stevie Groshel's a super T. Let's give him some love. I think he's got a Porzingis message here. Go ahead.
Dude, here we go. Steve Groschel, and thank you for being a super Grosch. He says, Porzingis passed his physical as well as Bill Murray in stripes. Hashtag willing to learn. Dude, chat, that is phenomenal. And by the way, good news about Steve Groschel. He emailed pollyspod@gmail.com expressing interest in sponsoring the musical assignment.
Oh, I'd love to have Grosch. Would love to have any of you guys. Yeah. But yeah, Grosch, let's do it again. Tony, good reminder. And who's on deck this week? I never know if John Joseph is going to be there. He's not going to be there. His name has been getting kicked around for several weeks now. So who do we have this week?
John Joseph is on deck for this week. Okay. So I will follow up with John today after the show and see if he can do this Friday, and we'll take it from there. But Steve emailed in saying he was available to do it next Friday the 13th, which, by the way, Friday the 13th, maybe we have a Jason Voorhees Camp Blood theme, Paulie. I don't know. Or
we get into that whole bit again. Yeah.
Totally, dude. Yeah. But anyways, if you're interested in sponsoring the musical assignment and becoming a part of the show live with us on Fridays, you can go email us, pollyspod@gmail.com, or you can go to the links tab on YouTube at Polymax Particles. Go to the links tab right under our bio and click on the merch page, and you can click on the musical assignment icon right there, Paulie.
All right, so I'm going to make a call. Let's not do the bookmarks now because it's getting too late. Let's just move them over to tomorrow night. But on the way out, and again, I want to help promote Tom Tolbert's return today. He is talking to Steve Kerr in just a couple of minutes. Mm-hmm. We're all going to jump on over there and watch that too. So as we get into the final moments of the show today, since it is just a slow day out there, let's talk about Dr. Young, Dr. Matt Young, and info at youngdentalsf.com is the email address if you ever want to reach out. By the way, I want you to know I'm still enjoying the kind of prize pack he sent us last year with all the mouthwash, the electric toothbrush. Like he sent us so much dental gear, and I'm still going through all that stuff, the floss. So thank you, Dr. Matt Young. He's a great partner. He's also a great friend of ours when we're not doing the show. But for those of you who are looking for a new dentist, or if you had to switch health plans or whatever, and there's like a new network, you got to find somebody, look up Dr. Matt Young. You're going to love this guy. He's been in business over 25 years. Tony and his entire family have just been to his office. Yep. I've been with him for over a decade, been friends with him for over a decade. And Dr. Matt Young, just like Tom Stack, just like Carlos De La Fuente, just like Dan, Coach Emilio, all these guys, hardcore baseball guy, hardcore Giant fan. It was a very, very busy sports dad, like a youth sports dad, just like Tony is right now. Mm-hmm. He went through that whole thing. We used to talk about that all the time. And I'll never forget this. Dr. Young said his son, Joe, used to play Little League games on Treasure Island that would have like 5 p.m. first pitch. And I'm like, oh, you poor bastard. Like, imagine going out there, going on the Bay Bridge every night just to play a Little League game. Anyway, that's the kind of dedication and commitment Dr. Young brings to the table. In his office, he is the best at what he does, especially when it comes to implants and implant restoration, implant procedures. He's one of the very best in the entire country at that. But he also offers all the dental care across the board, regular cleanings, fillings. If you have cavities, you need to get those fillings. He can take care of that. He's got emergency care available. He can do the veneers process. And then the entire team at Young Dental, all very friendly, all very knowledgeable. And they have the latest. By the way, shout out to Dr. Matt Young doing work. And he'll bring in that big laptop and he'll show you what he's doing on the screen. Yep. You're very well informed when you're a patient of Dr. Young. You're not going to be like, geez, I wonder what he's doing in there. He'll show you. He'll show it to you on the screen, like the area he needs to work and how he's going to do it. And again, I mentioned like his specialties in implant surgery and implant restorations. He is the president, after all, Tony, of the American Academy of Implant Dentistry. He accepts pretty much all the major insurance plans, so you should never have any challenges there. And again, just reach out and make your appointment today, 415-392-8611. Email Dr. Matt Young. It's info@youngdentalsf.com. And again, over 25 years in the biz, Tony, this is another guy you can definitely trust.
Oh, absolutely, man. In my experience and my wife Megan's experience and the kids' experience, firsthand and secondhand, phenomenal experience. Not just good, not just great, but phenomenal experience. And actually, to Megan and my kids' credit, they made a day of it. They went on a Saturday.
There you go.
And they made a day of it in San Francisco. And I went and met them up there, and we were cruised around the city. And there was ice skating involved. It was downtown San Francisco, Union Square, he's right in Union Square, so you can go. And by the way, Steph Curry has a new bar in the lobby of the St. Francis Hotel, which is just around the corner from Dr. Young's office, and the Young Dental SF group is right around the corner.
Have you been inside?
Yes, it's beautiful. It's a great drink. It's a beautiful bar.
What's the name of the spot?
I don't even remember the name. It's right when you walk into the St. Francis, and
the 3 Point Lounge. You know what I mean?
Totally. Dude.
Yeah.
The Splash Lounge or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
There's a bar called Splash at Thrive City, I believe. But it's a great bar, and we went there after visiting Dr. Young. The Eighth Rule, it's called. The Eighth Rule is a bourbon bar. Bar by Steph Curry. The Eighth Rule bourbon bar in St. Francis. Highly recommend it. But back to the point of making the entire day out of it, when you can go to see Dr. Young on a Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. or weeknights all the way to 7 p.m. So they're open and available for your convenience, and they make it an enjoyable experience. Email them info@youngdentalsf.com or call them 415-392-8611. My kids are way more enthusiastic about their teeth because of their experience with Dr. Young and what they taught my kids about dental care, right? And also, I highly recommend, if anybody is struggling to get their kids to brush their teeth, go get them an electric toothbrush. You can get them at Target. You can get them wherever you want. I don't know. They're like $30, whatever, for kids. And my kids enjoy brushing their teeth now because Dr. Young showed them how to do it with an electric toothbrush. So I owe a lot of it to Dr. Young, and they don't mind brushing their teeth, and they don't mind flossing. They're not doing it every night. I'll be honest, they're not doing it, but they're doing it enough to where it's making a difference. So Dr. Young, man, and the Young Dental Group, highly recommend it. Again, 415-392-8611. Get there and make a day of San Francisco out of it too, Paulie.
Yeah, no question about it. And Dr. Young is the man. You'll see. Get in there, enjoy the great results and the great work, and just the great company, because he is a really, really cool guy. All right, Joe Schmo told me that Tom Tolbert has already started the show, so let's wrap. Let's go over there and support Tolbert. I'd love to have as many of you come over as possible too. Give Tom some love. I want him to feel the love today. I really do. And I'm so happy Tom Tolbert is back with the Bay Area Sports Collective, and he's doing shows again. And I actually really want to hear what Steve Kerr has to say today, man. I want to hear what Kerr has to say about last night. That was a bad loss, man. They had a big lead over a team they had a great handle on in the first half. It wound up being a game they lost by 13 points. Very disappointing. So, Tony, we'll take your final statements now. I'm still working on a special guest. Again, I can't reveal anything yet, but I hope to land this guy this week. And I hope to have an update for you tomorrow night on the night flight. Tony, your final thoughts, and then we'll skedaddle.
I just have one bookmark to share with you, Paulie. Just one. We talked about bookmarks. I just have one, and I just want to share this gentleman. This is Jennings Dunker, I think his name is.
Okay.
I just wanted to share and I got to give Ian Rappaport the love here because he posted this. I just wanted to share, look at the hairdo on Jennings Dunker, O-lineman out of Iowa. I just wanted to give some love to this guy's mullet. That's all.
I mean, no, that's world class. That's like that's there it is, dude. There's the spot. And he's coming at you with the red hair, dude. He's got the red bushy hair. That's an amazing look. Out of Iowa, you say?
Out of Iowa, dude. George Kittle and Connor Colby territory, Iowa Hawkeye. This guy's name is Jennings Dunker, and with the red stash and the mullet, I just wanted to applaud that and also show you Pauline bookmarks because that's just a phenomenal. If I could pull that off, I might think about doing it. I really would.
Stevie B is saying put him on the line ASAP. I need this guy with George Kittle. I kind of agree. With that kind of look, he's got to be a productive player. Something about that mullet says, I block. I
Isn't
can
that
block.
incredible,
I can
man?
Yeah.
I thought you would enjoy that, dude. I mean, just look at it flying right there. I paused
That is,
it.
and then, by the way, shout out to the mustache as well to complete the entire look. I mean, dude, that is an incredible look. I'd love to pick this guy's brain. Yeah, business in the front, party in the back, man. Mullets, ahoy, Tony. And thank you for that visual. Good way to end on an upbeat.
It's fun. Now, on that note, let's all go over to Tom Tolbert's channel.
Yeah, let's do it. See Tom, you guys. Totally.
And go support Tommy T and Steve Kerr. So, Paulie, for lack of better words,
Business hours are over, baby.
Yeah.
It's business now.
Yeah.
It's time.
Yeah. Yeah, we hear it, guys. I know. We hear it. We hear it. I know. We're going to work on that. I'm not sure why those elements have been having a hard time coming across the air clearly and cleanly. We'll be working on it, Tony. It's not your fault. Always think about Robin Williams and Good Will Hunting. It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Nice.
It's really not. Go support Tom Tolbert. We'll try to clean up the audio aspect of those elements. I'm not sure what's going on there, but we appreciate you. We love you guys. Night Flight tomorrow night, 8 p.m. sharp. Be there or be a square. And Creative Tony, I'll leave you with the final word. Go for it, brother.
Just thank everybody for tuning in and checking out the show. Again, make sure to like and subscribe at Polymax Particles on YouTube. Really appreciate the support. If you're watching on Twitter, on Instagram, head over to YouTube. And check us out over there, too. And make sure you subscribe and like the show because we got to feed that algorithm, Paulie. But until then, the Night Flight awaits tomorrow night, 8 p.m.
Yeah, we'll see you then. Everybody go watch Tom Tolbert and enjoy your Tuesday. And I'll say cheers, y'all.
Peace, y'all.